Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And here my way, as always, Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 220. Ghost Bros, motherfucker. I don't know, I wasn't prepared for the title.
Oh, you're good. I mean, I just kind of just pulled it out of my ass. I was like, looked at the first question, and I was like, let's start. Come to find out, Ghost Bros is actually a video game. No idea.
What kind of video game? Are you drinking horchata again?
No, it's limonada.
What? Jesus fuck.
It wets my
what kind of
Holmes.
video game?
When I drink a limonada, it's like, you know what I'm
Jesus,
saying? It's like the ocean,
baby.
dog. It's like an ocean of lemons and sugar and agua.
Do you think instead of saying Jesus, people are going to say Donald or Trump now that he's, taking the...
Not me, man.
Cross?
I say Jesus Cristo.
What kind of video game is Ghost Bros?
I don't know. It's probably some stupid paranormal game or something.
How did you find that out?
Because I was looking up like Ghost Bros, Ghost Bro memes, and then it was like Ghost Bros the game. I was like, tight.
Oh, you're looking for memes.
Yeah, I was just like, is there a Ghost Bro meme out there?
What was my cover art not good enough for you?
I used it.
Oh,
So
I didn't see.
I was just looking. I was just seeing if there was any Ghost Bro stuff, you know? Boom.
My mom told me that the images of you and Joseph are looking less and less like you and Joseph every week. And I was thinking that exact same thing because I'm like using an iteration of an iteration of an iteration of an iteration.
They were getting more Asian.
So this week I just hit them with the straight anime. So it's like, because like when you're doing like AI images of yourself, I don't want it to look like try to look realistic because then that's weird. But if it's like a cartoon image, that's what I'm going for. If it's gonna be AI images of look at me like an ass. Don't even have my sound off.
Do you know what ghost is in Espanol?
No.
Fantasmo.
Phantasmo.
Yep.
This one time I was at a bar and it was around Halloween time, and they had like a lot of like Day of the Dead stuff up, and this somebody asked me if like I knew about Day of the Dead, and I go, I've seen Coco, and and the bartender is this chick. Her eyes lit up, and she thought I said I have coca, like cocaine, and her eyes lit up so quickly, and she looked at me, and I'm like, what? And I didn't, and then I realized what she explained what she thought she's like, you said you had, I'm like, no, I said I've seen Coco. That's my Phantasma story.
I'm getting good at it. I've been practicing.
The higher the socks, the higher the downer the fool.
That's true, dog.
I was in the dispensary today, and this is actually a real fact. I was in the dispensary today, and a song came on, "Leaning Like a Cholo," and like the bud tender, she started laughing. She's like, "This song," and I just yelled, "This is my jam." Did you guys have "Leaning Like a Cholo" out in Texas?
Yeah. Did we have it in Texas? It was get out of here. What does that even mean?
I thought it was like a California.
Nah, man, that song came out in Greg Abbott. Like,
did you have "Leaning Like a Gorda" or "Gordo"?
no.
That was like the spinoff. I'm leaning like a gordo.
Who was that? Chingo Bling?
I don't know. I forget.
Chingo Bling had like stuff like the taco shop. I take you to the taco shop. That one's pretty good. He had some pretty good spinoffs. And now he does like stand up, and it's actually pretty funny because he just talks about the life of being like a male prostitute, but it's all like a joke. So he's like a Chile distributor. I'm out here delivering Chile on the daily. It's pretty funny. It's like he does all these stupid things. It's pretty good. His career's adapted from going from taco shop to, doing stand up.
To what? To that?
To doing stand up. He does stand up comedy tours. He goes on tour.
I was actually on a walk with my dog, Weta. And today, and I had an idea for a comedy sketch. Or not sketch, like a stand-up comedy routine, though. I guess the sketch, a bit. I guess I'll spoil it here. um, so it's like I go up there and like I'm saying a joke, and like the joke that I had was about like how I was thinking like how I walk, like how like in the Strait of Taiwan, the United States just rolls its military, and the Strait of Taiwan is in between Taiwan and China. The United
Yeah.
States just regularly rolls its military through there, like naval ships through there, just to let them know that we can do that. And I feel like that's the same thing with my dog. Like, she's a pit bull, so like people will be walking on the sidewalk, and I like won't like get out of the way just to let them know that this pit bull is here. Because people get scared of pit bulls. And then I was thinking, like, or you could use the straighter Hormuz, but then I was like Donald Trump, but then Donald Trump fucked that joke up, and then like somebody in the crowd would be like, oh, and I'd be like, oh, you don't think that everything he touches turns to shit? And then I start rattling off everything that he touches turning to shit, and then a beat comes in, and then it's a song of all the shit that Donald Trump's fucked up, and I bet you could go on for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it would go viral.
It's not a bad idea.
Don't judge me, y'all, if you think that's a stupid idea, because I just wrote it down and I didn't. We're workshopping. There's no bad ideas in brainstorming. How was your week?
It's been busy. I'm been tired as fuck, if I'm being honest, but it's things are going. I mean, it's been good. I'm just staying busy, grinding away. So hopefully it balances out at some point. But it's been fine. It's been a trip. Staying busy. I was talking. Apparently my dad opened a shaved ice spot.
What?
Something. I don't know. My dad's
Without
not.
you knowing ahead of time?
My dad is
A
a
serial
businessman.
entrepreneurial?
Yeah, he's just a businessman. So I mean, they own some
Okay.
like used clothing stores, and they um owned a couple and then they got rid of them like recently. They ended up getting rid of them, and he was like, "Oh yeah," but they were gonna close them. And they're like, "Oh, somebody bought them." And he's like, "So I opened up like basically opened up a fine ice cream parlor." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah." So he's like, "The margins are good, blah blah blah." So I mean, it seems pretty cool. It's
Where?
in out in Granbury, out in like kind of like South
Are we
Fort
gonna
Worth, where he
plug
lives.
it?
No, I mean we don't really have to. I don't like to plug that shit. It was just
You
random.
don't like to plug it? It's your
I don't really
dad's
talk about. No,
shop.
no, no. There's something cool. My dad is always grinding. So my dad is in his basically his mid 80s at this point. He was running a business for 20 years after retiring, starting another business after that. Just super fucking cool, like to see how he's always at it. It's like very inspiring. If anything, it makes me like kind of a workaholic. Um, just because I see how hard he works and he continues to work and he's choosing to at this point. And it's kind of fucking tight, man. Like there's got to be something to be said about like having a purpose as you get older. And
I
like
mean,
my dad
Rahm
is
Emanuel
like my dad
says,
is like
yeah, don't retire.
my dad is totally one of those people because I mean he does the taxes, all the paperwork, he does all the payroll, he does all that shit himself, which is pretty cool. But I don't know, it's just tight to see my mid 80s dad out there opening up an ice cream shop, like just staying fucking busy. Be like, yeah, we use, I think they used the proceeds they got from selling the clothing locations to open this place, and it didn't really cost him anything. He's like, yeah, we just took the money that we got from selling it and rolled that, and took a portion of it and rolled it into a business that we'll have for like at least 5 years because that's what I've structured it out to operate. I was like, tight. I mean, that's just random though.
Can we get
Random
some
as fuck.
samples? Can we get some samples? Could we do a hot ones, but with ice cream?
Yeah, if you come out here, sure.
Deliver that shit. My aunt and uncle opened a
I'll
gelato shop in Laguna Beach one time.
I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you what it is offline. Maybe there might be
So
compatibility.
secretive, dude. Is he
Yeah,
like laundering money through it?
maybe, dude. I don't know. It could be the cut. Why are you trying to blow up my dad's spot, dude?
You're the one who brought it up.
I'm just trying to say I'm keeping it vague but
Unprompted.
cool. I'm just saying it's cool
Cool like the ice cream.
when I talk to my dad, and my dad's in his mid 80s and he's just starting a new business again from scratch. It's just crazy
Sounds shady.
because most people stop. So it's kind of tight that he's
And it wasn't
sticking.
Rahm Emanuel, it was Zeke Emanuel, his brother, who used to be like he's like an oncologist, but also like a big time doctor. He says don't retire if you don't if or if you do retire, it's not about the money, it's about having a plan of what you're going to do when you retire, like what you're going to volunteer, what hobbies you're going to do, how you're going to stay busy because otherwise you're going to die.
Yeah,
We're all going to die though. Dark
probably.
alert.
Probably.
But that's just table stakes for living, y'all. You want to get into therapy questions, Joseph?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Ghost Bros for life. Therapy question number one. What's more humbling, being ghosted or being slowly churned into bro?
I guess what would cause more reflection in the short term would definitely be being ghosted. Now, being turned into bro, you'll be like, where did I go wrong? As where when you're ghosted, you would be able to be like, you could probably decipher it fairly quickly. Like, oh, I did this, or oh, this happened, right? It would cause an immediate reflection. As where like being slowly turned into bro would then like there's a process to it. So it'd be a longer journey down that point and you wouldn't realize it until it was too late. You would realize you were ghosted fairly quickly.
I mean, one time I turned into bro, but I fucked my way out, you know. Um, Same thing with the friend zone. Got trapped, fucked my way out. Uh, bro, no, I got called bro early on in in a dating situation, and I just nipped it in the bud. It's like no, 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 no. But getting ghosted, I mean, I don't know. I've gotten ghosted for, like, I haven't gotten ghosted that like often, but then like, no, I guess like only like once, to be like real ghosted, um, and it didn't provide any reflection.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what degree you would consider it being ghosted. So, like, if you were talking for a couple days and then it stopped, that's one thing. But it's like, oh, we've been dating for 3 months and you ghosted me. That's like, I think
Somewhere
that
in
I think that
between.
I think that now ghosted has taken a whole nother turn. Like so, you someone like, and it's an overuse. The ghosted market use of the word is oversaturated.
Oh, totally. Like my therapist would say that too, where she's like, is it really ghosting? Like, did you guys just stop talking? You know, not to me, but she was pontificating on this exact same subject, where
Yeah,
she's like, I feel like people like, it's like you don't really owe them much explanation if you've been on a date, you know?
yeah, for sure, definitely.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess what's more humbling, but still humbling ghosted would be humbling because that's like a
Oh,
punch to the
just those
stomach.
videos out.
I know. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm telling you, I think I just have too much shit plugged into this computer. If I'm being totally honest, I have so much crap plugged into it at this point. It's wild. Well, to run all my screens and everything, it's just a lot of adapters.
That's not, well, it's not crap then. It's like for the thing.
Yeah, it's for everything. It's just like I'm just like every port in this fucking computer's full. But I would say definitely more humbling is being ghosted. Turned into bro is a slow.
That's kind of
It's
humbling,
a but
bro.
it's a slow It's more devastating because it's a slow
That's what I'm
process.
saying. That's why it's
So,
more
but it's about
humbling.
humbling. No, humbling because humbling doesn't necessarily mean you're walking away devastated. Humbling is like, ooh, like that was a reality check. Okay, okay, that was humbling. Like I was a little
Okay,
out of
I see what you're
bounds.
saying.
Like
I see what you're saying.
isn't necessarily
It's
a
not
bad thing.
devastated.
It's not a
Okay.
bad thing, but like being like you're like, wait, what have I done wrong? Like you'd be
Getting
searching for
ghosted is like
answers,
is an ego check, but it's not a
but it's
life
not.
changer. Well, it just depends.
It's like a
Depends who's ghosting you.
slap in the face, as where being turned into bro is like a punch to the gut. Like the first time someone hit you in the stomach and knocked the air out of you, and you were like, oh fuck, that really hurt. Like what the fuck, man? Like that's what being turned into bro is, because it's an abrupt punch and you weren't ready, and it knocks the wind out of you.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about it,
One
bro.
time
Like
I thought I was getting ghosted, but I wasn't actually getting ghosted. Like someone else blocked me on that person's phone. That was that was a mind fuck. Therapy question number two. If God showed you a montage of all the times you were the problem. Do you watch it or fake a Wi-Fi issue?
I'd want to watch it when I was a
Oh,
problem.
100%.
All the
100% for
times you
me.
were the
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, I'd totally, because that would be
A learning
humbling.
experience.
That would be humbling. There'd be a maturation process. Now, do you
Because
want?
I'm also like pretty self-aware of the times I was the problem. So it wouldn't be like a shocker to me. They'd be like, oh, this is when I was, be like,
You're like,
yeah, I
oh
got,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, no shit.
Be like, dang, I thought I was subtle.
But being able to rewatch it would be valuable for it to
Hmm?
not repeat it.
Yeah, it'd be much more applicable than just being like, oh, didn't see it. That's like just, being delusional as fuck.
Or if it's just so bad that you just don't want to relive it.
Well, no, there's but then you would know. He'd be
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why you'd be like, I got a Wi-Fi issue.
oh, do you? He'd be like, he's like, I would ask you if you want to watch this, but I know the answer is gonna be no. And you'd be like, oh yeah, I don't want to see that.
Well, this was a trick question. So you believe in God? I'm just kidding.
What version? There's about 10 different versions.
I don't know.
I still firmly
My
believe that
mom was
there's.
calling ChatGPT he the other day, and I had to like yell it out her. I'm like, I was like, do not start. She didn't even have a login yet. She's like trying to get a diet plan. I was like, do not start anthropomorphizing this fucking thing. I was like, it's not a he, it's an it, it's an it, it's an it.
Yeah. You should ask ChatGPT what its pronouns are.
USA,
Oh.
probably GPT.
Unless it's like, what's the one that's the Chinese AI? What's it called?
Exactly.
No, I can't remember. It's like deep something.
Oh, shout out China. We didn't we passed the crazy part
Yeah,
about the podcast.
yeah. So China's listening to us now.
China's finally listening, but so is fucking okay. I was saying 75 countries. It was showing 71, but it has the UK at all as one, but we have listeners in each one of the countries in the UK, so Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. So that's three additional from 71, so it's 74, right? But on the screen it was showing 71 on Spotify creators. Now it shows 103 in a week. And so that's 106 countries,
Like,
fucking 30 yeah, 32 countries all this week joined. It took us 4.5 years to get 74 countries, and we got 32 in a week. I was like, what's happening, dude?
sweet, whatever.
But like by the third day, like I looked, I was expecting to see multiple countries, and every day it was.
Let's go.
And like usually like on the list. Sorry, y'all, if it thinks if this is like us hyping it up, but I mean it's fucking crazy. It's more than half the countries in the world now, and on the list usually it'd be like let's like if it's a new country, they join the bottom of the list because it's usually like probably one person. Hey, well, somebody accidentally clicked on it. And Burkina Faso sick. Like, but not this case. Fucking Vietnam wasn't even listening to the podcast. Now they're like number three in the world, and it's like fucking Vietnam and Canada together are like 8% of our total audience, like out of nowhere. And then like Iraq is in the top 10 now, surpassed Iran.
Shout out.
Dude. Like and then like all sorts and like I was even thinking like I knew there's 200 countries and like when we had 75 I'm like what other countries are there? Dude, so many.
I want Kazakhstan.
I
That's what
think
I
we might
want.
have them. We have Uzbekistan's up in the rankings.
Let's
And
go.
they were one of the ones that like joined at the bottom and then stayed there. So it was like one person it seemed like because it shows in percentages. Like that's why I don't know the like I can go deeper into the analytics and do the math I think and find out exactly how many in each country or like try to, but on the app it just shows percentages of the audience are from this country, and so it gets to a point where it's like below 0.1%, but that's still more than one person because of how many people listen to the podcast. So it's like hard to to decipher.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting.
Yes. Okay. Therapy question number three. What's more intimate, crying in front of someone or letting them pick the music on a long drive? Say long as like 3 hours.
I mean, probably crying in front of somebody, then picking music in a long car drive. Because I mean, you're having like a big emotional expression about something in front of somebody. There's very few things that are more vulnerable than crying in front of somebody else.
And who is it more intimate for the person who's got to play the music or the person letting the other person play the music?
Yeah, it'd definitely be for the person. They're like, "Oh,
Well,
you're
I guess
letting me play."
intimacy is both ways, so it's for everybody.
No, it could be an intimate moment if you give them the aux cord. They're pumping out bangers that are your bangers, and y'all are like, "Oh my god, I love this song so much too." So you could have an intimate moment based around that. But I don't think that there's very few things that are more intimate or where a person is more vulnerable than crying in front of somebody else, regardless of circumstances.
So like to get ahead of it, because I'm usually waiting till after the podcast, then like doing all like the uploading and the description writing and all this shit and like all the reformatting. So I did it ahead of time and I uploaded our agenda to ChatGPT to format it into like a Spotify description. And it reformatted the question and says, "What's actually more intimate? Tears, dot, 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 or control of the ox?"
See, dude, I speak that AI, dude. You know, got the aux pumping out bangers. Not out here jester maxing or being a chud, like really going at it.
You know what's funny is my aux cord, or it's like my charger, but you know, for the phone, but it goes into the Bluetooth, I guess. Um, uh, it's like fucking 6 feet or longer. It's like 10 feet long, and it's in my car. It's so fucking. That's jester maxing. Oh man.
I said that.
But it came in handy because I was running out of battery in my phone like this weekend, and I was like, oh, I've got that charger in my car, and then
I
now I had a 10-foot charger inside the house.
I dropped jester maxing in like an important conversation
How'd
earlier
that go?
today. It was great. Actually got a pretty good reaction.
Try retard maxing next time.
No, I'll stay away
Because
from that one.
retards don't think, dude. They just do.
That word is making such a comeback. There's so many
It's
people who use
insane. I
it.
mean, I feel
Like
like I started
it's
it. No,
it's
I'm just
no.
kidding.
There's so many people that I encounter on a day
Go
to day
out of their way to
basis
say it.
that just like drop it now, or I'm just like, whoa. I feel like it's people testing the waters if they can say it again or if they can say it around you, like if it's a safe space. But it's wild, man. There's been multiple times where I'm just like, oh shit, like he just threw that out there. That was
I
kind of
feel like for
badass.
years on this podcast, I was like actively trying to get canceled. But now I'm
Well,
a
I
little bit more.
actively tried not to.
Right, exactly. And I'm now I'm a little bit more laid back. But like
Sure you are.
but I've been
We
hanging
won't
out with
bring
this.
up the topic from 2 episodes ago where you're like, look, you know, if I'm 16, what's the big deal? Get the fuck out of here. I
I
was like,
just
I'm waiting for a warning to pop up on
it
my
was under
screen.
the guise of it was my worst take.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least I acknowledge it. Um, not to get back into that, but
You're about to keep defending
well,
it.
no, I'm just gonna say I was about to say like I'm hanging out with this guy who's like in his 20s, and he uses the word gay like we used to, not we, but
No, everybody did.
people back in the day did.
Yeah, it was
You
just
know what
meant
I'm saying?
dumb. It meant
But
stupid.
and this is why I don't want to get canceled, but I kind of enjoy it. Like he hits it like on good notes. Like he's like this is like, and I'm like, dude, like where it's just like insane that you would say that that's gay, but it's funny, and I don't know if I should be laughing.
Yeah, I know somebody who is gay, can't stand gay people, like overly effeminate gay dudes. Is like hates gays, but is gay. It's like the funniest thing ever because like listening.
Are you just talking about the Republican Party?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. But it's really funny
Set
the
him up.
comments and like the mean girl comments that will come from this person are hyper funny because they're. I'm like, whoa, like I could never say some shit like that. I would never feel comfortable saying some shit like that ever around you, and you just walked up to me and just said that shit. That it's pretty funny. It's good comedic relief for sure.
Okay, but this
But I
guy's
do
not
miss those
actually
days.
saying he's not referring to anything that's actually gay. He's just using the term gay to
No, but
refer
he'd
to
be like, "Oh my
things.
god, like that dude, like that person's so gay, I can't stand it." Like would be
Okay, but
like,
he's talking about gay people though.
yeah,
That's not
but
what this guy's talking
okay,
about.
but I see what you're
It's
saying.
totally different.
But I do miss the days whenever it was just like an adjective for dumb or
That's what
stupid.
that's what
Yeah, yeah,
he's using it for.
yeah. So I'm talking about, yes, a different
Yeah.
scenario, but
Like he called the city he lives in. He's like, this whole city is gay, and I'm like, what?
you know, but that was so normal back then. Like, hey, do you guys want to go out to the movies tonight? You're like, no, man, that sounds super gay. I don't want to go do that. Like, so those were interesting times, and that was everywhere. Yeah, it was on movies, TV shows. I mean, I've talked about it. There
Dude,
is
Uzbekistan is like, dude, it never left.
we we've talked about it before, but a great movie with just a wild twist is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, the original. Like there's underlying making fun of transgenders that whole movie, and then at the end of the movie, whenever they go to save Dan Marino and they realize that they've all made out with the dude and everybody just starts puking and spitting and like, right though, but like that's such a wild joke that the whole premise of it is like making fun of this trans person. That's like, and the movie's not like that until he realizes Finkel is Einhorn, and then he's burning his clothes, taking it. Like, you think about,
Dude, but I can remember like I mean shit was like pretty like
that was such a hard pivot in that movie. That movie goes from like him acting like a dolphin. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, yeah, and then all the next thing you know, it's just like everything is just about making fun of gay people. It's
speaking of
crazy.
hard pivot.
It's
Speaking of hard
it's
pivot.
fucking crazy.
Last therapy question. Final therapy question, y'all. Therapy question number 4. Is it a red flag if someone has no exes?
How do you
Or
not have any exes? If that means you've never dated somebody, and then why
right,
would you be? Yeah, okay.
you're the first, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, if you were clavicular, he would own like the ideal woman would be someone who's a virgin.
I mean,
And then his
depends. I
mom thinks
guess.
that's his mom thought that was silly.
No, I mean, if you're like around our age and somebody's like, "Oh, I've never," and you're they're the same age as us, and they've never been in a relationship at all and have no exes, I'd say that's a red flag. I think
Fuck
you're in
yeah.
for a headache. There's gonna be a lot of ups and downs and a lot of learning experiences for that other person. Where you're gonna be like, "Whoa." So that's like there's 1,000 different reasons as to why that person wouldn't or wouldn't have reached that far. So yeah, probably a red flag. But if unless there was like an explanation, but even then those would be red flag explanations, like I'm a former FLDS member and I escaped, or oh, you know, like I was in this weird cult. Like there's not a lot of things that would keep you from doing that, especially around our age, to where it wouldn't be like considered a red flag. I'd be like, that's concerning.
Do you feel like that we just stepped into the manosphere with our gay talk?
No, I mean, I don't think so at all. I
Okay.
was bashing Ace Ventura: Pet Detective for becoming a super homophobic movie at the end, and then they do a hard pivot, and then
Transphobic.
transphobic. Apologies, transphobic slash homophobic, because then they all
Yeah, yeah, get him.
it's a double dipper. It's a double dipper for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like a Chappelle stand up.
yeah, there's multiple layers to that onion. And then when nature calls, it's like they just like made it just super ridiculous and goofy. Like they tried to make that like a serious part of the movie. We're like, and this is when it gets dark. No more jokes for Ace. Like that's fucking crazy. And Tone Loc made out with Einhorn and Finkel, or Finkel's Einhorn. Same, and I love that Tone Loc's just in that movie. No, but I don't think we stepped into the manosphere. No,
I feel like
those
Tone Loc missed out on like a lot
that
of
is
like
a pre
voiceover deals.
September 11th time. It's like you could go say like on a timeline, if you said, "I wish I could go back to whenever calling things gay instead of stupid or dumb was normal."
I don't think that I
The
didn't say
Dow was
that.
at 50,000.
The
The
Dow is at,
S&P is up
and I know you're good
big,
at trading stocks.
big. Like that was booming America back then. Things were on the
Do you
rise.
remember
To
when the Dow was at 50?
No, I
No,
was
did
just
you
quoting
remember?
Pam.
Do you
I was
remember
just
that
quoting
day?
Pam.
Do you remember that
Yeah,
day?
I remember. I was just quoting Pam Bondi. But
Never again.
If you took it back to that time on a timeline, that is pre-September 11th. That's pre-Patriot Act, pre-mass surveillance. So it's like you could go back to all of those things, but gay is used instead of
See,
stupid
I
or
wasn't
dumb.
saying I go back to those times. What I was saying was, I just
Just
thought
bring
this
it
kid. I
back to the
thought this kid was
future.
just placing it. It probably wouldn't be funny if everybody brought it back. It's only funny because it is
No,
taboo.
you're hoping it makes a comeback because you've seen the R word make a comeback,
I think the
and
R word should have
and
made a
you're
comeback, and I want to make a point of saying it and make everybody feel awkward when I say it, so that we can all remember why we stopped fucking saying it.
okay.
That's like I'm doing.
But what if by normalizing that again, it opens the door to renormalize calling things gay?
Am I? Because I am a
So is that
trendsetter.
the trade off? You cringe at one, but you actively use the other. Because I know you'd be throwing the G word around left and right if you could.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. I know
strong.
you. I
That's a
know you.
strong accusation,
You
bro.
live in Cali. That's you and Gavin Newsom. That's what y'all do.
Dude, you're slowly turning into bro.
No, I mean I'm not. I'm not saying we should use either. You're the one who's saying like let's bring it back. So we'll reload it. Load it back up. Load
It's
up the
kind of
gay gun. Dude, it's a ray
it's
gun.
kind of like the people who are like, yeah, just like let's do what Trump wants to do, and then just let him have it and see what happens, dude. Because they're all going to regret it. I don't believe in that because when by the time they regret it, it's too late.
You give them
But
the R word, and where does it stop? It stops at the N word. Actually, it's pretty cut and
unless you're
dry.
Jack Harlow, who named his album Monica.
Yeah.
What? How are they letting that fly, dude? I
He,
wouldn't even say that to you
if
on
he
this
had black
podcast,
points,
Monica.
he cashed them all in. He cashed it all. He's out.
Dude. He said that he got blacker. That's what he did on this album. That's a quote.
I got blacker.
And it's
Shit.
called Monica.
I mean, I get it.
No, I know, but I just heard that like 10 minutes before I got on the fucking mic. I was like, I was already talking shit about him because he's in my lane.
See, I mean, look, there's equal opportunities for me. You can bring back the R. We can bring back the G. Jack Harlow can be blacker, and he can slowly become Monica. And
Damn, dog.
it's
Dude,
2026,
slowly
man.
turned into
It's
bros.
2026, man. Who knows?
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about anything anymore, dude. You want to get into articles?
It's pretty gay. Yeah. Only got 3 today. Well, because it's also doom and gloom. Florida
And two
doctor.
from the failing AP News.
Hey, watch it. My grandpa worked for the AP for
For the
52
fake.
years.
It's Gulf of
Lifetime
America.
Achievement Award, which is wild. If I could talk to a ghost, I'd want to talk to my grandpa, just because he worked for the AP for 52 years. He was the lead political guy for the AP for the Reagan campaign. Like, so he interviewed Ronald Reagan when he was the fucking Gipper in L.A.
What would
and
you
was an
tell him that there's a
actor.
Republican in office who's in a war with
But
Iran, but pretending to be Jesus?
but my grandpa was super smart, so I'd love to get his take on what the Republican Party is now. Somebody who knew, watched the rise, and throughout the whole career of Reagan, and was like buddies with him. To hear his take and ask him questions about Reagan that I would love to ask somebody who would know. Do you know what I'm saying? Because how we view it and viewed some of the
Under oath. Ask Reagan under oath questions.
view how we view decisions that were made negatively. Some of them viewed it as positive, but what would their take be now looking back, and how he is used as like
To me, it's the most obvious thing ever. It's like if you were to pick a party who was going to get taken over by a despot, it was going to be the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. So obviously, the Republicans, they don't believe in shit. They don't believe in anything except for money.
Florida doctor faces manslaughter charge for allegedly removing wrong organ during surgery. A grand jury indicted a doctor on manslaughter charge for allegedly removing a patient's liver instead of his spleen during a 2024 surgery. Only in fucking Florida. That's not true. That actually happens a lot. Sometimes they like cut off the wrong leg. There's a lot of goofy shit.
cut off the wrong
Yeah,
leg.
you've never heard where they amputate the wrong body part off
That
someone?
sounds insane. How would that even happen?
How
Isn't
do
it
you take?
obvious?
How do you not take? How do you take someone's liver and
A
not their
leg,
fucking
a
spleen?
leg,
Yeah,
a leg.
Luke,
I
look
mean,
it
the
up.
organs, I don't know what a liver looks like
Look,
versus a
I'm gonna
spleen. I know what a
look it
leg
up.
looks like.
Look it up. I'm gonna keep reading this article. Chat GBT it. Let's go.
I'm
Come
not going to
on.
chat GBT
Come on, AI
amputating
boy.
legs.
AI boy.
AI boy,
Yeah,
Jesus
dude,
Christ.
Jimmy
I'm,
Neutron looking ass. The prosecutor for the
I pull up in
first
a
judicial
spaceship.
circuit on Monday announced the charge of second-degree manslaughter against Dr. Thomas Skinkowski. The prosecutor said that during an August 21st, 2024 surgery, which was scheduled to be a laparoscopic splenectomy, Tchaikovsky removed the victim's liver instead of his spleen. That resulted in catastrophic blood loss in the patient's death. Not that I'm laughing at that, but how do you fuck that up? I don't understand it. The result, and I don't know, but I didn't go to school for forever to know the difference between a liver and a spleen, but I'd probably figure it out. I'd be like, that looks like a liver, because I know what a
You know what?
liver
I
kind of.
figured out the right leg to amputate.
Hey, good for you, man. This guy. The patient was a 70-year-old man from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. So that's even shittier, dude. You just took an old man's liver out. Our duty is to follow the facts
Who
wherever
else's
they
liver are you
lead
taking out besides an old man?
without fear or favor, said the Walton County Sheriff Michael Atkinson. The court available court records did not name an attorney for him. Florida suspended his medical license after the surgery. Records show he voluntarily surrendered his license in Alabama after regulators moved to revoke his license. It's a pretty short one, but that's fucking wild. I don't know how you accidentally take out the wrong body part. Unless there's two, like it's the lung, like the wrong side.
I
I
could
thought
get
it was
you.
my
You
right,
need a
not
spleen?
his. I would have my right, not his right. That's my bad. Like maybe, but I feel like
Would you donate your kidney to someone?
donate a kidney. Yeah, maybe if they were cool.
I mean, you're Monica, right?
Yeah,
And
if they were
I know
cool.
you guys have hard time with diabetes, which is hard on your kidneys. So when you want two going,
Yeah, I mean if you're like Fat Albert or something, sure. But I mean I'm cool. I'd hook someone up. Like, what do I
you
get out
would,
of it?
you would, yeah. What would it have to be?
It depends. I don't know. Cause somebody I might do it for
Is there a
free.
price?
There could be if I don't know him. It's some rando. It's
How much
some like
for your
Daddy
kidney?
Warbucks looking motherfucker comes in. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you got to save
Bezos
this.
needs a kidney.
I adopted this orphan girl, and now I'm really rich, and I fly her around the world, and her name's Annie, and she needs a kidney. I'd be like, shit, boy, I need like at least 50 G's. I gotta have something. But so if I die,
50 is my number, but not for a kidney, dude. Are you kidding me? Remember my
then what would your price be? 100?
way the fuck more. We're two commas
Nah, that's
for a
stupid.
kidney.
They'd rather wait in line. For a kidney, nah. And if it depends on the person, I might do it for free.
Well, yeah, I get that part.
They're the homie
Depending on the
like that. I'd be
person,
like, I got you, bro. Like, don't even worry about
I
it.
get that part. But I'm talking about like if somebody just came up with a blank check, what is the number got to
Like
be?
Mr. McIntosh in the movie Blank Check classic.
Huh? Uh, which that guy became like a crypto. He invented some crypto, right?
He's a
Tether.
fucking PDF file, dude. That dude's a fucking
Oh,
mess.
really?
Oh yeah, what's his name? Brock Pierce.
Yeah, yeah.
Brock Pierce.
The
Yeah,
actor in Blank Check, y'all. The
Blank
kid.
Check and First Kid.
Yeah, two
He
classics.
he was
Gotta
a
separate the
part.
art from the person.
He was a part of that big weird. I think I've talked about it before, but like this group of producers and directors in LA back during that period of time that were having house parties with kids there, large groups of gay guys having groups of kid actors over. They were all indicted on a bunch of stuff. One of them ended up being the director of the first two X-Men movies, X-Men and then X-Men 2, X2. Um, I'm not even making that up. Like I'm
No,
not
I
even making.
know, but I'm just saying how details that we have to get here.
And well, when people talk about Brock Pierce, the crypto king, I'm like, yeah, who like doesn't live in America, and like it's like He's been gallivanting around, but he dipped. Like, and then one of the other guys who was involved lives in
But he's a
Europe now.
crypto bro. Trump didn't bring him back in.
No, 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 no. And he was like a kid when this was going on. So they also started this online TV web streaming platform back before it was popular. So there was actually a lot of really cool ideas that he was a part of when he was younger. But he was hanging out with a bunch of downloadable PDF files.
I had NPR on yesterday. Came in the middle of the interview, and it was this guy from the New York Times, and he's convinced that he knows who Natoshi Yakamoto is. I forget. That's the guy who invented Bitcoin. And
British dude.
some dude, yeah, like named Adam Reich or something. Reich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I'd be like to be mistaken for
He's
that
like,
guy.
and like his like reasoning, or the part that I caught was like enough for me, where he was like, because the guy that he's talking about was like, super into like making a digital currency, like to replace cash, and then like Bitcoin, and he was like involved with these guys, and then like Bitcoin comes around, and all of a sudden he's just like not involved in it at all. Just stops talking about like this cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency basically. Like his whole idea comes to fruition, but then all of a sudden that's like right when he just stops, like he gets off those like platforms and like the blogs or whatever, the chat rooms, and it's just the exact same time that Natoshi shows up. So it's kind of like he was like it's kind of like Bruce Wayne and Batman never in the same room. And
Yeah.
then whenever he talked to him at this Bitcoin conference in El Salvador, he said that like when he was like just like chill, and then he brought up whether or not he was the inventor of Bitcoin. He said like his whole like fucking like mood changed, and he was just like not a good poker player there.
Hmm.
But I mean, you would think he'd be a pretty good poker player if you're a trillionaire and you've been keeping it a secret this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Probably smart. Do you worry about a doctor fucking up a surgery or anything like that, or removing the wrong limb? Like, do you trust doctors intrinsically like that?
Dr. Yang with the Wang?
Well, I mean,
Uh,
obviously you trust the Yang. I mean,
yeah,
that's the Yang.
yeah.
That's Yang, dude. It's Yang Gang.
Yeah, that Yang
Like
Gang all the
what?
way.
Like that's in the Constitution.
Facts.
You shall
Speaking of,
trust. You shall trust your way. That's the 11th commandment. Thou shalt trust thy Wang with Yang.
yeah, while we're out
Hang.
here taking liberties with the Bible, that's
Yeah.
11 commandments.
Big Zaw.
Okay. No,
I was arguing with
I
someone.
generally trust surgeons and doctors. I just like, just go, go get it.
Bossman D-Lo is great, by the way. But Bossman D-Lo is like a young dude who makes music for unks. I was trying to explain to someone. I was like, Bossman D-Lo, for the listeners who don't know, he's an American rapper, pretty ridiculous. Definitely has a very specific style to his rap. It's pretty funny, honestly. But I'm like, he sounds like an unk. This is like some 28-year-old dude
So
rapping like
do
he's
you
a.
identify as an unk? As a chopped unk?
We're
Because
almost. We're
I'm still a
we're
cuz. I'm a
no,
cuz.
no, no. You're not a cuz.
Yeah, I'm a
We're
cuz, bro.
definitely reaching unk status, bro, for sure.
No, bro. No, not
Yeah,
cuz. No, you're slowly going to bro status.
that's better. At least that's not. This is not
Chopped
unk.
unk. Not chopped unk.
Chopped unk. Jesus Christ. Oh, question. Sidebar. Did you ever hear from your buddy?
Justice videos out.
Did you ever hear from your missing buddy? But
My missing buddy's the one who says the word gay.
no, that got scooped up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Have you heard from him since he
Same
got
guy.
scooped?
Yeah.
What happened? We
didn't-
need an update. I need a fucking update.
I thought I gave the update.
No, you had never heard from him. I thought he
He
was like,
committed a crime. No.
well, obviously, no
No.
shit. He committed. Yeah, no. It's unless I mean,
It's not gonna sound good on this. I'm not going to say it.
tell me like the moment it ends before you get up. You got to tell me because I need to know. I have to know.
But yeah,
The fact that he still wants to be around you is crazy.
Okay, so I went and swooped him up the first time I seen him after he got out the pen. And then he tells me to take this like, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. We're going to a bar, and he tells me to take this left, like through this like gated community, but it's like through the side. It's like the wrong side that we're going, and the gates like happen to be open, but it's dark as fuck. All of a sudden, we're going through like all these crops and like fields. And I'm like, dude, like, and I'm like thinking in my head, like, does you think I like set you up and like now you're setting me up? like not really thinking that, but it was like where the he's just like he just goes left, and then I would just turn left, and like it was like going through like cornfields. I couldn't see anything, like all like whatever the fuck was like above us was like, or like plants were like above like the car,
Yeah.
and so I just went through this whole thing, and then he was showing me this like spot on the top of like where we live, where it's like a good view, and he's like, you take a date up here. He's like, there's a park bench down there. It'd be sick to take a date out here. I was like, okay, dude. And then
Don't
we
be
went,
gay, dog. And then walks
and then
back to the.
we went to the bar, but he brought his own bag of booze, and I don't drink. And this bar has like an outdoors setting. It's like in an outdoor mall, and but there's like a place where you can go like smoke cigarettes, and but it has like a fence around, like a gate, like small knee high or waist high, like barred thing, just like enclosure to this is the bar area, this is the outside. He goes on the outside, puts his bag on the outside of the fence. Then we go through the bar, and then we sit outside, and then he drinks his own shit while we're there. And then like we're outside, and his friend is there.
Dude, this
Uh,
dude's a trip.
yeah, he has a trip. And then he told me about. I'm just gonna put him on blast. I don't even care.
No, you don't
He,
have to if you don't want to. I mean, I'm
no,
just
I mean whatever. Um, no, I guess I won't.
just tell me off air
Okay.
because I don't want you to. This is like great.
But no, we had a good time. Like we had a good time and shit. But so I've seen him. He's out. It was like a miscommunication type thing, like on the charges. Like overblown for sure. But we don't need to say him on the air.
That's so wild, dude. They're crazy that you picked him up and then drove him in a field.
Yeah, like a farm.
Yahoo News. Growing list of dead and missing NASA scientists continues. They're killing these fucking dudes, man. List of dead and
I haven't
missing
heard of any
scientists.
of this.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The list of dead and missing scientists throughout the U.S. was already spurring growing alarm and, in some cases, the attention of law enforcement. Another name has been added to the list by some news outlets, which now stands at 9 people. Some say 10. Some of the people on this list have worked as NASA scientists or were connected to NASA programs. The new name is Michael David Hicks, a NASA scientist who died in 2023. At the time of his death, he went largely unnoticed, but nearly 3 years later, there's renewed interest in what happened to the NASA scientist. No cause of death was released for Hicks, 59, but he worked on major space missions, included NASA's DART project, which tested whether asteroids could be detected. However, the Los Angeles County Counter listed cause of death for Hicks, saying he died of heart disease. And the residents at his residence with morbid obesity being described as a significant condition. The manner of death was listed as natural at the time, although Hicks' death and a few others were in line. But so there's been over, yeah, who are the eight? Who are the other 8 and dead missing scientists? Monica Reza disappeared while hiking in June of 2025. That month, this is crazy too. The Cordessa Valley Sheriff's posted an alert. Missing hiker, help us locate Monica Reza. The flyer posted with an alert says that Reza was a resident of LA County who was last seen hiking on June 22nd, 2025 at 10 a.m. along the Los Angeles Crest Highway. There is concern that for her well-being, the flyer said. So what's crazy about that one is the people she wasn't like totally hiking by herself. So, and this is true. There's a really weird phenomenon that they talk about. There's the whole missing 411 conspiracy where there are clusters of people that go missing in like national parks where they'll be like in Yosemite, there'll be an area like a squared off like half a mile square in every direction where like 30 people have gone missing. There was people who saw her. She was in close proximity to people and then basically just vanished while hiking, like was in earshot of people and then gone pretty
What do you think it
abruptly.
is, dude? IRGC?
I don't know, man. IDF. There is a concern for Reza's
They
well-being.
like killing
Yeah,
scientists.
William McAllister is a
Allegedly.
retired Air Force General. McAllister's wife, Susan McAllister, McCaslin, sorry, Wilkerson, wrote on Facebook on March 6th. In her post, she confirmed that he associated with the UFO community. Neil does not have any knowledge about the ET bodies or debris of the Roswell crash. But this is somebody who's involved in the communities. There's been 9 people that are either NASA scientists or connected to UFO research that have gone missing over the past couple of years, where they're just like dropping. No one knows where the fuck they are, like falling off the face of the planet
What
or
is that? What is
dying.
the conspiracy theory?
That there might be a big push to release some information and trying to suppress stuff. So there's 2 views on aliens from another being, or beings from another planet, right? One of them is that they were real. They'd either come here and be hostile, or they'd be like benevolent. They'd be like whatever, and we'd be chill with them. But they'd be real and they'd show up. The other one is something I've talked about, which would involve potentially HARP, bunch of other things, which is Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam is a declassified piece of paper where they talk about projecting images into the sky, staging an alien invasion to force people to commit to some sort of one world government, basically scaring everybody into the point to where they relinquish all of their rights to fight this existential threat coming from outer space. And then they would use these holograms to project them into the sky, battles, whatever. We win, they leave.
Like Beaver hugging his younger self.
It's like if Independence Day was all a simulation projected in the sky.
So how are we gonna know if the aliens come now that you planted that fucking
Well, that's been a
poison
theory
pill?
for a while. Is that people have always been, they would use a fake alien, they would fake an alien invasion to get more people to submit, because the fear that the masses would have. And I've always said that there's
Well,
only
hold up,
one.
hold up. Is the game plan if the aliens come that we're going one world government? Did we already decide that?
I think that that's the only way you could ever get everybody to collectively work as one, is if there was one existential threat that was going to kill everybody. If we were viewed as one individual group, then we would have to fight back as one individual group, right? So that's like the whole point, is
And is that not a good thing?
to get the world to submit to like a
But if, who are we fighting?
one world government, one world currency, one world whatever, the new world order. There's some people that are afraid of the new world order. What did George Bush say in his
Hulk
thing?
Hogan.
A thousand points of light, a new world order. That was on one of his State of the Union addresses. People play that over and over again. To get people to accomplish that, if you could get over that hump, you would have to make everybody so scared that they would think the safer option was be to fall under that umbrella. One of the tools that,
And then what?
then they'd have control over everybody. They would control
Who's
everything.
they?
The new world order, baby. The people that
So
would
stupid.
use. Hey, no, I'm just. This is a
No, this
conspiracy
is where
theories.
this is where every conspiracy theory falls out. It's like who's them? Who's they? You
Well,
people.
that's what made Pizzagate and other conspiracy theories like it so powerful, especially during COVID, is because they try to tie everything into one big thing, like QAnon. So QAnon would take the reptilians, it would take the Project Bluebeam people, it would take the Operation Paperclip people, the Hollow Earth people, all these different crazy, the ice wall people, and the Earth is flat, and it would take all of those things and make this fucking goulash pasta out of it, and then spit it out, and it's like, oh well, we've connected all of the dots, and that's what made that such a powerful sweeping conspiracy theory, is because it would just sweep up anybody who believed in one. It would rope you in too. It'd be like, oh, but we have an answer for that too, and that's what made that one so powerful. But this is something that's existed for a long time: the government faking an alien threat to get the people to submit to their
It's
will.
existed the theory,
Well, the
not
theory
the
and
actual
no, no, no,
okay, the
yeah,
idea, the idea.
the conspiracy theory around Project
Right.
Bluebeam and the production. So then you see people now, whenever you are watching these football games, and they in the stadiums are projecting these massive, lions that are crawling, or a jaguar. It looks super fucking real and crazy. Like, that's the type of shit that they're talking about. It's like, well, if they did that on a mass scale and projected it in the sky, what could they make it seem like was real in the sky? That would be unattainable for us to reach. We would just be able to visibly observe it. So it's like, if they took that and parked a massive spaceship out of Manhattan for 6 months, would that change the atmosphere? Like, would that change how people felt about their day to day? Like, fuck yeah, it would. People would freak the fuck out. They wouldn't know what to think.
Chinese spy balloon. We freaked out.
Yeah. So, and in theory, the technology to accomplish something like this would be possible. So there's some people that say they're about to be doing a disclosure, and there's people that some of these scientists are anti-disclosure, and then some of them are saying there's nothing to disclose, but they're aware that the government is going to do some ploy to trick everybody, and they're going to speak out, and by having a differing opinion from what the government or the new world order wants to accomplish, they're picking them off one by one.
Dude, I feel like it's just gonna be chaos if they do that. Like projection shit. It's not gonna
I
be
mean,
one
these are
world
like the
order shit.
conspiracy theory, like Clinton murders.
Fucking COVID was fucking chaos.
Absolutely. So obviously people are much more susceptible to this, but this is something that existed way before COVID happened. Like this is something that I've been aware. I love conspiracy theories. I love the storytelling behind it, obviously. Not because I believe in them, but because it's interesting. There's a suspension of belief, a suspension of disbelief to reach that point, but you also have to have a certain level of belief of that suspension of reality. That's very interesting to me. So if you genuinely believe that Nazis live inside the center of the earth and there's another sun and there's dinosaurs there and there's this place called Agartha where everybody's like some Aryan, white-haired, blue-eyed alien dude, like there's people who genuinely believe, there's white supremacists that genuinely believe that. That is a part, in some ways, a part of what they believe. Hence, like the Aryans are more superior. It's like, oh, they live in this hollow earth, blah blah blah. The occult. It's so interesting that that's extreme, but there's people that genuinely believe that shit. So when you roll that in, and you're like, oh, and then they're selling kids on Wayfair, Pizzagate, and you roll that in because that was a whole thing. Those
Wayfair?
you don't remember that was during COVID too, where it was like, if you type in this person's name on Wayfair, you'll find a cabinet for $35,000, and they're selling kids. Like, and it's this person, Sonora Johnson's been missing, and if you type in Sonora Johnson, this credenza pops up, and it's 30 grand. That was a whole fucking thing. That was a whole thing for like 3 weeks on TikTok. It was just like when people were
Nasty.
just losing their shit during COVID. That looking up missing kids on Wayfair, but that all tied into Pizzagate. But Pizzagate was going on like during Trump's first election. Like I remember cracking
Yeah.
Pizzagate jokes during that presidential
Yeah, yeah.
election coming up. So
I just remember my coworker saying Tom Hanks is a pedophile, and I got up and I was like, "What did you just say?" And that was my entree into QAnon.
yeah, Melissa Cassius, who disappeared summer 2025 while working at Los Alamos National Labs. 2 months after 53-year-old went missing, her disappearance left more questions than answers. Anthony Chavez, who disappeared, worked at that lab as well. And Los Alamos is one of those secret military bases that's not really secret, but it's built inside the side of a fucking mountain. If you ever seen the Stephen King movie The Mist, or the story The Mist, the short story The Mist, where like this mist rolls over a town, everybody's trapped inside this like grocery store, and there's these otherworldly H.P. Lovecraft style creatures. Where that takes place is like a real fucking place, but Los Alamos is the base that he uses as the backdrop because there's always been, they test random spy shit. It's kind of, Los Alamos is like a more secure version of Area 51 because you can't necessarily see into the base. But there's two people that were working at Los Alamos on top secret stuff. They both fucking die. Like it's just a very coincidental that we've had 9 to 10 deaths attached with these NASA attached scientists or people working in this field in the UFO community who are just like either going missing and never being found or dropping dead due to suspicious circumstances. It's kind of tight.
Watch this space.
Or like, it's always shady to me when someone just drowns. Whenever it's like, oh, they just drowned. Like whenever Obama's personal chef drowned, I was like,
Okay, okay, bro. W- Just, I'm gonna guess what race Obama's chef is.
obviously he was Taiwanese. No, it's a brother. Come on now.
Monica, and we know that you brothers have a hard time swimming. Come on.
Yeah, like this guy went missing in December of 2025. Nobody found him, and they found him in a lake. just interesting. Nuclear scientist murdered. Some sites include a murdered MIT nuclear scientist. So it's not like these are highly intelligent people in the science community who have heavy credentials, come from very well educated backgrounds, so they're not crackpots at this stuff. Like they probably know more than they're legally allowed to talk about, and they're just randomly going missing, committing suicide, drowning in lakes arbitrarily. It's just kind of spooky, man.
All right.
And I love this type of shit. It's very
Dead
cool.
scientist?
No, not dead scientists, but the theory as to why are there so many dead scientists
Oh,
that are
yes.
connected. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Dude, we don't need any fucking alien shit until Trump gets out of office, at least.
But what if the alien shit is? What if that is his ploy to stay in office?
He can't pull that off, dude. He can't pull shit off, except for Venezuela.
Sure, he can, dude. He's decimated their missiles or all their capabilities.
Yes.
If he packed up stakes right now and left, it's pretty much over. I heard him say
leave.
a direct quote.
Dude. Come on.
He's going to charge a toll for you charging a toll at the Strait of Hormuz.
Blockade the blockade, baby.
Yeah, baby. That's how we do. I want to blockade your blockade.
Rahm Emanuel did say, and I sounded good at the time. Rahm Emanuel was like, okay, if our ships can't go through, then your ships can't go through. And I was like, yeah, that seems like a easy. And then like China's like, no, we're gonna go get the oil. Are you guys gonna shoot our oil ships, United States? You gonna do that? Didn't think so.
And they're like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, we don't want to fucking escalate the goddamn war.
My bad. I stepped out.
I know. But it sounded good to me when he said it. Yes, it sounded good too. But China's like, dude, we have contracts for the oil. We're going to get
blow
the
up your shit. Like, you sure? Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
No, so China's just going through. We're just hitting the fucking horn on the boat. Like, don't do it.
You better stop. You better turn around.
One thing we did leave out before we get into Trump and the Pope was Viktor Orban.
Oh yeah, friend of the pod.
Got his ass whooped. Yeah.
After
his ass spanked out in Hungary. Vance went out there.
$37 on it or some shit.
16 years in power. He gone. Trump called in to his fucking rally right before. Fucking lost. He lost more support after JD Vance got there. That's a fact. And got beat in a landslide. Which our boys in Ukraine now might get a $90 billion, that's right, a $90 billion loan from the EU that one Viktor Orban was preventing from going through. And it's like they're taking the interest off of Russia's fucking money and loaning it to Ukraine to fight the Russians. And it's like, and Hungary was like, no, because it was Viktor Orban. And it was like, no, dude.
So, yeah, because he's.
So guess what, Russia? Go fuck yourselves. Oh, you're gonna blackmail me with money? Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. What is
he
up to?
That's our Elon impression. What's he up to? About to be a trillionaire? It's fucking so stupid. SpaceX, they just filed for their IPO, initial public offering, and it's like it's estimated to be like a 1.6 biggest IPO in history. Before that was Saudi Aramco, the Saudi Arabia's oil fund, or just oil industry, but it's like owned by the state. When they went public, that was the biggest IPO, and I don't even know if it was a trillion. I think it was like 800 billion maybe. But this is going to be like 1.6 trillion, 1.5 trillion. SpaceX going public, but it's also like SpaceX, X, aka Twitter, XAI, all wrapped into one. Oh, and Starlink.
Yeah, because he's got to use.
He's got to hide the losses from Tesla.
Yeah, hide the losses from Tesla and X. So he's got to wrap them up into some government subsidized
SpaceX.
Shit.
Yeah. It's overvalued, but like the moats, as they say, like around SpaceX are deep or are wide and deep, meaning like it's going to be hard for other companies to get in there and do what SpaceX is doing, more so than other industries. The moats were deep though, also in in the car industry, and he came in with Tesla, and Tesla was like a legit company for a second, and now it's just a fucking meme stock.
Yeah, it is kind of a meme stock. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah. Well, if you're The nuclear scientists, be careful. Shout out Orban. Sorry, fuck boy. Go right off into the sunset with all the money you stole, you corrupt government fuck.
Right,
They
right.
showed
Just
his
for
like.
everybody else in
Did
the
you
world.
see his house? His like villa house that's allegedly attached to him, but they won't say that it's his, and it's like bougie as shit. The amount of money that this dude's wasted on shit, it's crazy.
Well, he made his best friend, who is a plumber, his now the richest man in Hungary, and the campaign that the other guy had, they had everybody come down. They put his address like up, and he has like a giant acres big exotic zoo uh on his property, and so all these like Hungarian citizens went down to his house to go check out his zoo. Plumber, richest man in Hungary. That's what corruption gets y'all.
Oh yeah. Final article, Trump says he will not apologize to Pope Leo and explains his reason for posting much criticized meme. That meme is wild, by the way. Donald Trump refused to apologize to Pope Leo on Monday after criticizing the pontiff for his opposition to the war in Iran. He sought to explain and now deleted social media posts depicting himself as Jesus by saying he thought it was an image of him as a doctor. Trump was asked about his comments made towards the U.S. born head of the Catholic Church, as well as the post depicting himself as a saint like healer in a hastily called question and answer session with reporters at the White House. He was very much against what I'm doing in regards to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result, Trump said, adding, I think he's very weak on crime and other things, so I'm not going to apologize. He went public, the Republican president added. I'm just responding to Pope Leo. The response followed Leo pushing back on Trump's broadside against him the previous evening, telling reporters that the Vatican's appeals for peace and reconciliation are rooted in the gospel, and he does not fear the Trump administration. Yeah, dude, he's the fucking Pope. I'd hope not. You literally live in your own country that's a city full of PDF files.
Is this not the fucking Godzilla versus King Kong of
This is like
pedophile?
some
Ba-
antichrist shit.
like,
Um,
no, I'm just saying, like, of pedophile establishments. It's the Epstein files versus the Catholic Church.
yeah, versus I mean, all you need is like the Boy Scouts of America there, and it's just like who's gonna win? It's Hell in a Cell,
Jesus fuck.
sleep over with a reach over. Like I don't know what the. Well, I mean, Boy Scouts are there. To put my message on the same plane as what the president has attempted to do here, I think is not understanding what the message of the gospel is. Leo told the Associated Press aboard a papal plane en route to Algeria. Shout out Algeria. I'm going.
Listeners to the pod.
Yeah, shout out Algeria. And I'm sorry to hear that, but I will continue to do what I believe is the mission of the church and the world today. The back and forth between the world's two most influential Americans served as a deepened burgeoning schism. Why can't I figure that out? As the U.S. war in Iran stretched into the seventh week. History's first U.S.-born pope stressed that he was not making a direct attack against Trump or anyone else in his general appeal with his general appeal for peace and criticisms of the Iran war and other conflicts around the world. I'm not afraid of the Trump administration or speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel, which is what the church works for, said Leo. He who said he had a different perspective on foreign policy than elected officials. I will continue to speak strongly against war, seeking to promote peace, promoting dialogue, and multilateralism among states to find solutions to the problems.
Did he mention that he's weak on crime?
Yeah, Pope's weak on crime. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. I mean, he's all about forgiveness.
I think it was because he's from
He's
Chicago.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's like
100% that's where it comes from.
yeah. I heard he's from. I heard the Pope is not from P Block. He's from O Block. Big fan. King Von.
Shout out O Block.
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef.
Kaiser Sosa.
Shout out Drill.
Yeah, I love Chief Keef. You know that. Trump speaks to his much criticized social media post. The image posted by the president Sunday night showed Trump wearing a biblical style robe and laying hands on a bedridden man as light emanated from his fingers, while a soldier, a nurse, and a praying woman and a bearded man in a baseball cap all look admiring.
All
Above,
white, by the way.
yeah, all look on admiringly. The sky above is filled with eagles and American flag and
Seems like a demon's up
voluptuous
there.
image. Yeah, bro. One of them looks like some weird like Baphomet shit. And like
Yeah.
the original AI post that was posted by this guy who created the original one, like it's all soldiers. And then the one that Trump posted has this weird like in the center. It looks like there's some demon leading everybody. It's fucking weird. He blamed the fake news. Well, I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor. It had to do with the Red Cross. It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better. And I
He's
do
saying
make
this when he has McDonald's in his hand and he's like a DoorDash grandma next to him. It's fucking so weird.
there's like been at like 10 other things. And I do make people better, a lot better. He blamed the fake news for any confusion over the image, though it drew criticism from a wide range of people, including some in Trump's own evangelical supporters who objected to the notion that Trump was likening himself to Christ. Even Iran's president assailed him and saying desecration of Jesus while also speaking up to defend the Pope, which is wild. That's awesome. Even Iran's president was saying that's a desecration of Jesus. And he's
Well,
like,
it's because you know what happened if he pretended like he was like Muhammad, bro. Like this shit,
no, no,
this
I
war
know
would
that's
pop the
just fun.
fuck
And
off.
he's like, leave the Pope alone and quit photoshopping yourself in for Jesus, bro. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. Of all presidents
Yeah, I
right
wonder what
now,
your grandpa would say
the next
about that.
person would be like Maduro, being like, "Yeah, man, knock it off." Like they'd be like, like, like he's got the moral high ground. Because in that moment he kind of does. This post was deleted from Trump's account late Monday morning. Trump did not provide details. Yeah, I would highly suggest if you haven't seen it, go look at it. It's a wild picture. How he can think that he is a doctor, a
He
Red Cross
doesn't.
doctor, obviously,
The,
but
but
that's a
the but the fact
horrible
that he thinks
excuse.
that he can like which one's worse? If he actually thinks that or if he's lying about it?
That's the worst. I can't think of anything that would be a good analogy to compare to how bad of an explanation that is. That's like the equivalent of
Imagine if
like,
Biden did
no,
that.
babe, I
He's
wasn't
like, oh, I
cheating
thought
on
it
you.
was a doctor, not Jesus.
I fell on top of her, and then we accidentally had sex. Like I don't like. There's
He accidentally
very
got pregnant.
yeah. Oh man, I sneezed and she got pregnant. Like that would be
Yeah.
there's because I didn't know that that's how that happened. Or I didn't know I couldn't do that. Like that Dave Chappelle skit. That's the equivalent. That's crazy. I thought I was a Red Cross doctor. No, you didn't.
Not a Red Crescent doctor. Praise be Allah. You know.
So she finally deleted it, but it was up for a couple days. This motherfucker left that shit up.
Days?
Yes, it was up for at least 24 hours. And then
I don't know
people
about
asked
that.
him, and they refused to take it down. If you took it down Monday, it was posted Sunday. When
Well,
did
of
it say?
course, that's the day of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
So there's a lot of people. Like there was a dude like him, Tucker Carlson, all of them. He's battling like MAGA civil war, and they were just like jumping on this, where they're like, "This is antichrist behavior."
No
There's a
shit.
lot of those people. Like
Peter Thiel's like, get off my lane, bro.
he's like, "Hey, that's what I do." JD,
JD, come
he's
here,
like,
boy.
yeah, yes, daddy. Yeah. I was watching you, watching you on
Peter
my
Thiel's
Palantir
gay.
monitor, on my Palantir monitors. But I don't know. It's a weird person to pick a fight with, calling the Pope weak on crime, posting pictures of yourself like Jesus. Like if he is the Antichrist, he's the lamest, dude. Like I thought he was gonna be cool. I thought it was gonna be like this guy with like a cape all the time or some shit. Like
Riz, mogging, all of it.
yes, just and we got some fucking jester maxing meme lord who's just a chud eating whack Arnold's at home.
Retard maxing.
Yeah, dude, like doesn't even care about looks maxing, obviously.
So
It,
disingenuous to
yeah,
say that he.
it makes me mad. I don't understand. I don't also don't know why he doesn't talk to me about how to
Looks
not
maxing.
how to not like how to looks max and not just be a chud gooner.
Yeah.
you know, because that's obviously what he's
I
doing.
know, like he doesn't want to be an ascending Chad, and that's
I
upsetting.
don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's very disingenuous. Um, I like talking like a big kid. That's fun. But no, so apparently, you know, after we're done with Iran, we're gonna go to war with the Vatican. So, but they would bust out some like space laser shit.
Well, we're not gonna go to a war. We're gonna do a excursion to prevent a war.
What does it say? Leo's opposition to the war inked. Leo began an 11-day trip to Africa. He's referred to the Old Testament passage of Messiah. Still in his comments Monday and this Sunday afternoon, uh, Trump
Oh,
went
the other
far
thing is
beyond
that he
criticizing
didn't swear in on a Bible. That's what they're catching him on the Antichrist shit for.
I don't want a pope who criticizes the president of the United States because I'm doing exactly what I was elected in a landslide to do. His post claimed because he was an American and he thought that would be the best way to deal with the president of the United States. If I wasn't in the White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican, Trump wrote. Leo should get his act together as Pope, use common sense, stop catering to the radical left, and focus on being a great Pope, not a politician. It's hurting him very badly, and more importantly, it's hurting the Catholic Church. I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. He's a very liberal person. Pope Leo is not his rival, nor is the Pope a politician, Coakley said in a statement. He is a vicar of Christ who speaks from the truth of the gospel for the care of souls. So I mean, he's literally he's keeps calling the Pope weak on crime. I don't know. I didn't know he was supposed to stop crime.
Well, stop the PDFs. That's for sure.
Yeah,
the
I
crime
mean, there's
that's happening inside the
I guess
Vatican.
you could say he's
that's
soft
what I
on
was
crime.
thinking this whole time, but I didn't want to give Trump the
soft on
credit.
crime because they're not soft when it comes to crime inside the Vatican City walls
or inside their robes. They're not soft.
So it's, dude, I can't believe he tried to say he was just a Red Cross doctor. That motherfucker is wearing Jesus robes. He's wearing Jesus robes
with a glowing.
Yeah, with a glowing. He's touching the dude on his head, and it's like, like you can.
It's fucking Lazarus. He's bringing back from the dead. I think that's what
with
the
some
fucking
demon
is.
in the clouds above him. It's it's fucking crazy.
Hey, I knew.
Dude. What are we doing now? I mean, we could have said this for the longest time, but now we're posting demon Jesus memes. It's so disheartening. We're not even 2 years in. Oh my god. I don't know. Burn it all down. What do you got?
Meditate, bitches.
Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, share, post, comment, Flickr, Gram, Zelle, Cash App, Flicky Blicky.
Got kicked off of Cash App.
Sup Sticky. You got kicked off of Cash App? Not shocking. Not shocking at all.
Yeah, too much money coming through from gambling. Not gambling, poker.
Yeah, I believe it. But yeah, no, we just appreciate y'all checking us out and listening. Be good, be safe. Make sure you just yourselves.
Shout out.
Record.